G'day team, my name is Werner-Gibbings. I'm a Labor member from Brindabella, for Brindabella and from Brindabella. I am here in the Legislative Assembly. It is Thursday, the Assembly is still going. We're getting quite late into the evening. It's been a very big week, so this is my, I'm going to say 30-second wrap-up of what's happened in the week in the Assembly. It might turn out to be 3 minutes. Yes, I am wearing a tie. Yes, it's quite a wide tie. I got married in this tie, but Libby's coming into town to see me this evening, and I don't think I'll be wearing it because ties give me a headache. So, babe, here I was doing it, right? Anyway, very big week. Quite a lot has happened. I'm not going to talk about everything, but I think what I find exciting. Number one, my colleague from Brindabella, Caitlin Tuff, moved a motion, which I was able to speak on as well, basically in support. She put it out. She laid out the case extremely well for extended hours of after or preschool care, out of hours preschool care in the ACT, and it urged the government to start exploring options to get that done. I'm one public school year and half a public school term out of needing after hours preschool care, but having done the drag race from preschool back to work, back to preschool, back to after school care, that will be a fabulous opportunity for younger parents, well, parents with younger children, and I hope that happens very, very soon. Throughout the week, there's been quite a lot of discussion about the appropriation bill. All the parties had views on the appropriation bill. Appropriation bill is about money. There's a lot of money that is being spent in the ACT by the government on a bunch of worthy causes. You would be surprised how much and how often people want to speak on appropriation bills. Maybe you wouldn't, considering how important budgets are. But that started on Tuesday, and I think it wrapped up this afternoon, just before lunch. So good, government can keep operating. Super duper. Otherwise, motions-wise, there was one that the Greens put out on libraries, supporting libraries in the ACT. Really, really, really helpful. The Minister Pedersen, he put up and gave his art statement, what his vision is for arts in the ACT now that he is Minister. It is pretty inspirational. I am looking forward to seeing what he can do. I'm looking forward to supporting him in the arts. I think that what Tuggeranong is getting for arts, just starting with the Dreamland statue that's just gone in, I've never had a post that has provoked so much engagement as my one post about the Dreamlands. Anyway, it's good to know that people are provoked by art in Tuggeranong, but there's a fair bit of stuff happening. The Tuggeranong Arts Centre is getting upgrades, the Lanyon Homestead is getting redone and sort of expanded. It's going to be made more accessible for community groups to use, and also the Tuggeranong College, Lake Tuggeranong College, my old stomping ground, is getting a new photo lab. And as I said in my speech, if you saw some of the photos, some of the images, some of the art that Lake Tuggeranong College students can prepare, and I saw that in December last year, the art show at the Tuggeranong Library, then what they can do with a really, really good piece of kit in the new photo lab will, I think, provide a lot of inspiration and also jealousy at the talent of Year 11 and Year 12 students, but that's fine. I think two more issues I'd like to mention. There was a really interesting discussion about the Liberals' very brutal and simplistic motion to reform, I don't like using air quotes, but I'm going to, reform the bail laws in the ACT. Minister Shane has laid out a pathway of evidence-based, comprehensive consultation reform that she is going to pursue over the next few months. The Libs went in and just said, lock everyone up. They didn't quite say that, but it was as near as damn it. Lock everyone up, particularly if they're not guilty. Because if you're on bail, you're not guilty. And I don't think anyone... And imagine if you get locked up, put on remand, and then you're found later at trial to be not guilty. I think that would be poor. And the other issue with their motion was that it was... What's that thing that there wasn't any of? Yes, evidence. There were a lot of terrible stories, and some of the stories were awful, and I completely understand. No, I don't understand, because I haven't luckily been in that situation, but stories are people, and they are really, really persuasive, but that motion did not bring forward any evidence, any data that harder, tougher bail laws improve social outcomes, improve the crime rate improve how safe people feel. An example I use is that the ACT has an incarceration rate, how many people go to prison per 100,000, of about 103, 104. The Northern Territory has 1,181 per 100,000. 1,181 prisoners per 100,000. I don't think people in the Northern Territory feel safer. Half of those prisoners are on remand. It was a really interesting conversation. A lot of views were expressed. You might want to check it out on the internet. Happened on Wednesday, yesterday, just after question time. And finally, if you live in Fadden like I do in Tuggeranong, you might have seen that there's been a development application for a great big mobile phone tower right next to the Fadden, right on Bugden Avenue, right next to the Fadden Hills tennis courts, of which I am a member. Early days yet. In 2007, Ben in my team has found out that location was suggested and knocked back as an inappropriate location for a phone tower. It has come up again. It doesn't seem like it's going to be an easy situation, but it's certainly problematic for myself and a number of people who have written into me already, and only went up this morning. So if you have issues or if you have ideas or submissions, please come in. What I will do is I'll find out what we can do. We all recognise that there needs to be a phone tower, perhaps near the Icon Water substation, I guess, in that area where there's slightly more trees. But anyway, there's some work to do on that, and I will look to keep everyone updated. Have a lovely weekend, and see you next sitting week, or just probably before that anyway. Oh no, tomorrow. See you tomorrow down at the lake, near the Lake Tuggeranong Sea Scouts, where I'll be part of a very, very happy announcement about the ACT